Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this series we're going to be going over Mars in the signs, and in this episode we're going to be talking about Mars in Libra, okay, and the 7th sign Libra. So having your Mars in Libra in your birth natal chart, okay. And before we get into that, if you enjoy my readings, definitely book a reading with me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back with you. Okay, I do birth natal chart readings as well as a bonus tarot, so definitely get back with me. Okay, so getting into Mars in Libra, okay, this is actually my placement, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of a difficult placement. And we'll get into that, but even just getting to do this video, I will be honest, was like a drag. And we'll get into, well, okay, let's get into it. So basically, Mars in Libra is said in astrology to be debilitated here. And debilitated meaning that Mars hates it here in Libra, okay? It doesn't get to be its strongest, okay? Because the reason basically is because Libra is the opposite of Mars. Libra is the opposite sign of Aries, which Mars rules Aries. We said Aries was at home at Mars. So this is Aries being completely in its opposite energy, which is Libra energy, Venus energy, okay? And you know, this is, I agree with this, okay? A lot of astrologers are going to say this, and I 100% agree with it because Libra is very opposite from Mars, okay? Libra isn't gonna take action so quick, okay? Libra likes to think. Libra's very graceful. Libra's very fair. Libra can be all about compromising and not being direct. Libra's also a mental energy, you know, so it's not so physical, okay? It's not like a body physical type of energy. And Libra's light and soft. When I think of Libra, I think of like a tooth fairy. In terms of like being sparkly and crystally and beautiful, but still light, you know. And Mars is just a warrior. Mars is like a knight. Mars is like a knight on fire. You know, Mars is just pushing forth. It's physical. It's in your body. That's why it rules your body. So, you know, Libra here, it's like, it really chills your energy. So basically with Mars in Libra, your Mars energy is like the weakest here, you know, so you're not going to have all those Mars traits of like adrenaline and like extra negative, extra hot tempered, like Libras hate confrontation. Okay, Mars is all about that. And it comes out in different ways because this is still Libra and Mars, but we'll get into how it comes out. One of the big things I've noticed with Mars and Libra, as a Mars and Libra person myself, we don't like confrontation. Confrontation, conflicts, fighting, you know, arguments, we tend to stay away from. Libra is all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about coming together. It's all about things working out. Confrontation is very uncomfortable for Libra energy. So when your Mars is here, your Mars doesn't get to confront. So it's not like you don't get angry, okay? You still have a Mars. We all have a Mars. But yours is in Libra. Mine is in Libra. So as Mars and Libra gang, we do get angry, but we have trouble expressing it because we fear it. We're geared towards making things right and making things okay. So confrontation can be, you know, a tough thing, a fear of confrontation, and that could really hinder you. It can hinder you in being blunt, being direct. It does hinder you, and all it does is make you more angry and make you more passive aggressive. So you bring out that anger because, again, this is still Mars. Yes, it's Libra, but it's still in Mars. So you bring out that anger in very subliminal ways, okay? Mars and Libra, I would say this is like, even though they fear confrontation, this is probably one of the most frustrated Mars placements. Definitely, because Mars and Aries, Mars can express its energy. Once Mars is Aries is angry, it just goes boom, boom, boom. A lot of signs can do that. But with Mars in Libra, you know, it's like only geared towards really justice, so it really has a hard time, and then it creates a lot of pent up energy and frustration, and you become very subliminal and passive aggressive. So passive aggressive is a big thing with Mars and Libra. You know, and I will speak for us. It's not like these people are being phony or anything. They are indirectly expressing their frustration. The passive aggressiveness is definitely a fear of confrontation or uncomfortableness with confrontation, or it's indirect. It hinders the directness, which Mars is all about. So again, this is why they say this placement is debilitated, but it can work in really unique ways, being kind of like indirectly telling someone off because you're in a professional setting. That's where Mars and Libra can really work. Also, with Mars and Libra, the energy here can definitely be lazy. Libra, again, isn't such a physical sign. It's actually really the opposite. It's very mental, it's very delicate, it's very light and balanced. And with Mars and Libra here, Mars has trouble tapping into being physical and motivated. Libra takes a long time to make decisions. Libra likes to balance things out, and that's why they don't really make good decisions. They have trouble. As a Mars and Libra person, I used to have so much trouble making decisions about letting things go. I still do. Doing things, letting things go. Should I do this? Should I do that? Picking, things from the restaurant, like menus from the restaurant. And that's also because I have Mercury in Libra too. But, with Mars and Libra, again, the energy here is really all the way chill. And this could be a problem because it could lead to laziness. Like, just straight up, Mars and Libra can be lazy. Lazy, not wanting to get up, not wanting to be consistent with your routines, not feeling like moving your body so much, because, you're delicate, you're nice. Now, Mars and Libra, again, they'll be motivated to do other things, like especially when it comes to like beauty and stuff like that. But overall, their energy can lead to laziness. Mars and Libra can lead to laziness because you need Mars. Mars is like your engine. Mars is your engine. It gets your body going. It gets you motivated. When you see Mars and Aries, they're very motivated, hyperly motivated. So when you put Mars into this opposite energy, that's completely opposite, like Libra, the motivation isn't there. So, you guys have to work a little bit harder on being motivated. Yeah, and even like doing this video, like I just feeling that Mars and Libra energy, oh my god, I just feel like lazy. But Mars and Libra, there could be a lot of fighting in relationships. So be aware of relationships. Mars rules fighting, anger, tempers. You can attract partners who are aggressive, or you could be aggressive in a relationship, or a relationship just does not work, and this is because with Mars and Libra, you do have to learn how to be independent, and you have such a hard time with it. So, these people can like stay in relationships, and stay in things that they should not be in, so they could attract a lot of aggression when it comes to relationships. And again, that aggression that you're attracting is to teach you how to be more independent. So Mars and Libra is definitely very important, but it could be very tough because you do like relationships. You have such a high adrenaline for relationships, but they can cause so much anger, so much fighting, so much chaos, and that's to help you be more independent. So definitely take that note and learn how to get out of that codependency, because that's usually what's causing a lot of the fights and the aggression. Is the universe teaching you a lesson of being independent, because it could be a weakness. Also, with Mars and Libra, even though they don't like confrontation, when it comes to their other people, like their other partners, their best friends, their romantic partners, a brother, a sister, like someone they have a relationship to, they can fight for them. They can have a strong fight for them, fight for other people. So they won't really fight for themselves because they don't think it's worth it. It's not worth the energy. But when they see their partner, the person they're in a relationship with, their best friend, whatever, they can fight for them. You know, they can have the strong motivation to fight for them. So it's very interesting in that way. So this is a placement that really likes justice. So they can really fight for other people, especially their partners. You know, so definitely a great trait with Mars and Libra. Wish we could stand up for ourselves, though. Also, Mars and Libra can be very attractive, you know, very beautiful, very attractive, sexy. You know, Mars represents our sexual energy, very physical in a raw way. When you have it in Libra, Libra represents beauty, magnetism. So that's a lot of attraction, that's sexual attraction. So these people can be very sexy, very sexually attractive. And just be careful of that energy because you got to understand this is still Libra. So even though you're attracting a lot of energy, you could be attracting a lot of like sexual energy that you don't necessarily want. You know, Mars and Libra person might want partners, want relationships, want to attract relationships and partners, and instead they're attracting people who are perverted or who are just sexually aggressive. And even though, yes, you're very sexually attractive, it's not necessarily the energy that you're trying to do. Like, you're more romantic, basically, is what I'm saying. So the sexual attraction can be irritating for Mars and Libra. So yes, you know, you guys are definitely magnetic, definitely very attractive, but it's like, damn, like, you're not trying to get all that sexual energy, you're actually trying to get into a relationship. But it's in Mars, so this is what it is. But it does help with your beauty and your attraction. And Libra also represents balance, you know. These people can have symmetrical bodies, almost similar to what I said about Mars and Virgo, where Mars and Virgo can manifest a very symmetrical body. Same thing with, you know, Mars and Libra, very symmetrical. Libra represents balance. That's why they are so beautiful. You know, their features are symmetrical. You know, face symmetry, body symmetry, all of that. So I think you can have very beautiful, attractive bodies, definitely. And if you like a nice butt, you know, that could be a manifestation with Mars and Libra too. You can have a nice butt, you know. Libra does rule the buttocks, and, you know, Mars rules your physical body and your energy, and Libra's all about beauty and attraction, so, you know, you might have a nice butt too. Also, with Mars and Libra, they can definitely be people pleasers. Because they have a problem with confrontation and their adrenaline is in peace and bringing people together, and they have such a high adrenaline for it, they can really overdo it with the people pleasing and the coming along to getting along with everyone, getting, you know, just being a people's pleaser, getting along with everyone, being nice all the time. It could be like an adrenaline rush for them, and they overdo it because this is Mars, you know, it's like an aggression with it, so they can overdo it and be too people's pleasing, you know, and not be taken seriously. So be careful with Mars and Libra. Again, you do have to stand up for yourself. This is why you do come across aggression even though you don't want it, because, you know, you have, you know, some karma with Libra energy in this type of sense, just to have this placement in this way. So you need work when it comes to strength, independence. You know? Also, they can be slow to sex, you know, so even though they're very sexually attractive, that sexual attraction can cause issues with Mars and Libra because they can be very slow to sex. Libra is very mental, they're very romantic, they rule sexuality in a very romantic way, in a balanced way. So if you come across way too aggressive, way too physical, which is Libra's opposite of all that physical energy, it's very more so mental and balanced and delicate and slow. You know, you can scare them off. So they're more slow to sex. Mars and Libra makes you have a more romantic, like, you like relationships, but you need the romance. You need the romance to be sexually turned on. You know, you need the romance, otherwise, you know, you can't have it. So you're slow to that sex. You're a person who needs to go on dates. You need to do dating because your sexual energy isn't as hyper. It needs the romantic touch to get you really stimulated physically. So definitely a thing. More slow to sex, more conservative to sex. When it comes to Mars and Libra, but in the most genuine way, because literally they're more romantic, they're more mental, and they're less physical. They're less in their body about it, you know. So if you want to get them heated up, take them out. You got to take them out. Their sex drive is, in my opinion, arguably the lowest out of all the other Mars placements. Now, if you have Mars in Libra and you have a high sex drive, that is absolutely possible. You have to understand our charts are way more complex. So we have to know what house is your Mars in Libra in. Okay, if your Mars in Libra is in the first house, that can change the whole thing, because yeah, you have all that in Libra, but it's in the first house in your body right over here. So you're having a lot of physical sensations. So your sexuality is boosted right back up because that Libra energy is in the first house. So it's different for everyone. But if you isolate this placement, still, even it being in the first house, Mars in Libra still is romantic. Still, you know, likes that. So these are people who like to date, but like they're not going to be so too big on hookup culture, this energy, when you isolate it. Yes, definitely. Also with Mars in Libra, it's great to do things with partners, with other people, whether it be projects, you know, errands, goals, whatever it is you're doing, because Mars represents our motivation, how we get active. And it can be hard for Mars in Libra to get active. It really can. Like, even talking about this sign like now, like, it was hard for me to even get to this video, tapping to this. My Mars is in Libra already, and then doing this Mars in Libra video is just like same, like the hardest. And it's because Libra is not at home in this planet. But to get yourself motivated, do things with other people. You know, if you're going to the gym, go to the gym with another person. Find partners, because partners and relationships is your motivation. You like relationships, but even to get things done, doing it with someone else is really good. It gets you motivated, it gets you out the bed, because we can struggle with motivating ourselves to do things, you know. Now I have Mars in Libra in the 10th house, so I have to learn how to, you know, put forth energy out there and get productive, you know. Regardless, it helps to do it with another person still too. And when I collaborate with other people, you know, I get a lot of work done. You know, collaborations really help. So Libra, that collaboration energy, tap into relationships with Mars and Libra, okay? Because those relationships will help motivate you. Like, it really helps me a lot to get things done. Again, that 10th house energy, I still got to get things done regardless, but when I do it with partners, when I collaborate with people, magic happens. So use relationships as a form of motivation so that you can be more productive, because we can struggle with that. Also, with Mars and Libra, these people like to fight for justice, what's fair. Okay, not only do they fight for their partners, for their relationships, but they like to fight for what's fair, what's right. Libra rules logic, which is the mind, but also balanced mind. So they're the most balanced, you know. Aquarius air sign could be like so out the norm, and Gemini could be so wish-washy. Libra is the air sign that is more balanced, that likes to balance everything out. That's why they take their time with their decisions, because, you know, they have to come up with a perfect, right, just decision. You know, it's like the justice system. There's lawyers, all of that is very Libra energy, and it takes time, the trials, because they have to come up with a decision. It's about balance. You balance the scales. So, you know, with Libra, they like to fight for justice because Mars represents fighting. So these people fight for what's right. You know, this could be a good placement for a lawyer. Not saying get into a lawyer because of Mars in Libra, but if you are a lawyer, this would be even good to have Mars in Libra, because you would get an adrenaline out of like fighting for what's right and what's just. However, lawyers technically do lie for other clients, so but anyway, you have a huge fight for justice, and you will fight for what's right, and it's a beautiful thing with Mars and Libra. You know, I feel like this placement, these people are so beautiful and delicate. Like, you know, we're such angels, you know, because we naturally don't have any of this Mars energy. So if we are going to fight for anything, it'll be for love, for peace, for what's right, for what's just. And that just makes you an angel, you know. So yes, that's Mars and Libra. You know, like I said, you guys we're angels, you know. We're just delicate people. We don't like the confrontation, but, you know, we do have a karmic, you know, challenged to be independent and not be codependent and fight for ourselves and understand the value of that and fight for what's right and what's just, okay? And also, Mars and Libra is great for like the arts as well too, you know, especially doing it in a physical way, whether it be like dance, which is very like physical but still artistic, which is Mars and Libra. So using that as an outlet is great too, because Libra loves beauty, it loves art, so that could be a huge motivation for you having Mars and Libra. So tapping into the arts and beauty and doing that as a form of releasing stress and outlet is great for Mars and Libra. It'll give you a nice adrenaline rush. But yes, that is us, Mars and Libra. I have to say this was the hardest so far to do, because this is definitely out of this placement. I felt the lazy energy, and again, I'm very responsible, so I'm not saying if you're Mars and Libra you're completely lazy. I'm very responsible. I do a whole lot of stuff as well too, but it took a lot of discipline for me to get there. And I do because I understand my Mars is in Libra, I understand that I have to be a little bit patient with how I do things, because I can want to go faster than I'm able to, and you know, you can burn yourself out. So understanding your energy and how to use it is very important. And again, when I collaborate with other people, I get so much stuff done. Like, it's great. Like, I get so much stuff done. So it's like, understand your energy, and doing artistic things, doing things that are beautiful, just like this, like background, like beauty, stuff like that is very motivating to me. So I like doing the things I do because they're very artistic, they're very beautiful, and getting into the arts is very motivating for me. So these are just tips that I'm saying, because like Mars and Libra is a challenging placement, but if you can figure out how to use it through relationships, partnerships, collaborations, beauty and art, those things can be easy motivators for you to get things working and being productive. So again, hardest video to do because the motivation is very lazy here, but I did it, and that's Mars and Libra, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, book a reading with me. I do birth natal chart readings. If you enjoy my readings, imagine getting your own personal one where I look through your whole chart. So book a reading with me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.